Hey, Sarah, you here to lurk, are you? Well, anyway, welcome to Hotspot Tours. We're going to be doing a touring flight from the Australian capital of Canberra, an absolute fucking shithole of a place to visit. There are some good things there to visit and see and such. We're going to do a little bit. We'll do a little fly around of Canberra, and then we're going to head east over to the coastline. But before we go there, we're going to make a quick stop at the what's it called again? Big Marino, I think it is. Yeah, Big Marino, which is a big giant. The setup so good. Thank you. Yeah, I put a bit of effort into it. But yeah, so we're going to fly over to the Big Marino first, which is a big giant concrete ram for the wool industry. And then we're going to head over to Jervis Military Base over on the coast, and then we're going to head up north around Wollongong and then come around and land at Shell Harbour. But yeah, so first we're going to do a little bit of a tour around Canberra. So let's get all this out of the way. No, I don't want that yet. So yeah, this is our flight path for today. Taking off from Canberra, heading up here and down here and around here. Although we're going to do a little bit of a flying around here first. So let me just get all those out of my way. And just want to quickly go through my checklist. Reflying inspection, fuel selected to both. That's up there. Left and right, tick. Alright, engine ignition selectors. That's down. Where is that again? Looking everywhere. Up over here. Let me get this out of the way. Right, we're watching the last episode, of course, of Dragon before the new one. I'm a lurk. No worries. Maybe someday I'll watch that. Alright, engine selectors are on norm, power levers all idle, prop RPM max. Yep, cool. Alright. What have we got here? So, battery switch on, beacon on, avionics 1 on, fuel boost on, starter on, fuel condition low. Hey Ronan, how you going, mate? How's the park going? You happy with it? I assume you're finished probably by now. I've been busy setting this up. Let me have a quick look here. Yeah, you're definitely done, yeah. Still had your stream open there. Give me 2 seconds to quickly get these two windows up. There we go. Get my instruments there. Right, where was I? Starter's on, fuel condition low, idle, starter off. Fuel boost, norm. Oh, hang on, no. We did something wrong there. I don't think we had that. Is that fuel condition lever up? Nope, damn thing hadn't even moved yet. Alright, we'll wait for that to start up. Get some power. Yep, okay. There it is. Switch off, had to stop, bit of a break after nearly 4.5 hours. Yeah, that's a bit long to be running, but mind you, I could sink an entire day into that game, and yeah, it's madness. Right, fuel condition, where are we? Fuel boost to norm. I need to actually go to that, which is over here. So I'm gonna flick that, which is going to actually turn it off, unfortunately. But we wanted that norm. Yep, norm. Avionics switch number 2 on. Alright, let's tick all these off. And then we have park brake and strobe lights. Okay, I'm just going to tick those now. Alright, cool. Checklist complete. Strobe lights, nav lights, alternator on. Cabin light, pivot heat, de-ice, anti-ice. We don't have a de-ice, that's fine. Your dampener is always on anyway because the damn thing's stuck. I don't know why. We don't have landing gear. Let's go minor flaps. It's gonna keep doing that, isn't it? It's like just on the precipice. What was that about? What is our maximum flat angle here? Whatever degree that is, probably about 5%. Can't wait for you to start. Oh yeah, start doing my own parks. This looks weak. So could you chair that moves with the game? Trust me, dude. I would love to get a chair that would move around with the game and such. That would be absolutely awesome. Anyway, park brake off. Right, let's get on the radios here. Let's just tune into this first. Actually, put that park brake on while we do this.
Canberra Airport information, Yankee 0000 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 6. Sky condition, few clouds at 3,300 feet, ceiling 4,800.
I will do, cheers. Thanks for stopping by.
Tree. Dew point 10. QNH tree 0.0 tree. Visual runway 17 in use.
Oh, it's in HPAs.
Landing and departing runway 17.
Okay,
aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back, hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Yankee.
Try to remember where all this is. Altimeter units, here we go. I want inches. There we go, that's better.
Airport information,
Okay.
0000 Zulu. Wind calm.
That's the wrong knob.
6. Sky
Was it
condition,
3003?
3,300 feet,
There we
ceiling
go.
4,800 feet
And where's my
open.
backup?
Temperature, tree. Dew point, 10. QNH tree 0.0 tree. Visual runway 17 in use. Landing and departing runway 17. VFR aircraft say
Where's
direction
the
of
altitude?
flight.
180.
All aircraft read back, hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Yankee.
About there. Alright. Okay, we're good to go.
Canberra Airport
Yep, shut up.
Yankee 000.
Tune the ground. Okay, request taxi. We're going to request taxi to depart. Where are we? We're going towards the city. We're going to head west. So we're going to depart west, but then eventually we're going to go to the east.
Canberra Ground Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 with Yankee
And I'm going to
request
set
taxi for
that
takeoff
to
departure
radio
to the west.
comms.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 taxi to and hold short
You need a
runway
pilot
17
costume.
via taxiway Charlie 4 Charlie Bravo cross
Not all
runway
pilots
30
wear
Bravo cross
suits.
runway 17 Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready. Canberra Ground Jet 1277 Heavy ready to copy IFR clearance to Melbourne. Jet 1277 Heavy is cleared to Melbourne Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 17 climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Departure frequency is 12.
Okay, I'm just going to run this guy over. Needs an Air Force costume.
Taxi to and hold short runway 17 via taxiway Charlie 4 Charlie Bravo cross runway 30 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1 Hop Tours
Just
Hotel
chop this
Tango.
guy into bits of meat.
Jet 1277 Heavy cleared to Melbourne Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 17 climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Departure on 133.15 squawk 5437.
Oop.
Jet 1277 Heavy readback is correct. Contact ground on
Space Force
121.7 when ready to taxi. Good day.
I do have Elite Dangerous, and I was actually really tempted to do Elite Dangerous today.
Canberra ground Clink 432 Heavy with Yankee ready to taxi IFR.
That's not going to get annoying.
Clink 432 Heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 17 using taxiway Charlie Hotel cross runway 12 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Could always put on my Mandalorian costume. My custom Mandalorian.
Canberra ground Jet 1277 Heavy requesting pushback. Jet 1277 Heavy pushback request accepted. Canberra ground Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray IFR to Yankee Alpha Romeo Mike ready to copy. Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray is cleared to Yankee Alpha Romeo Mike Airport as filed.
It's not like the Mandalorian, it's my own custom Mandalorian that I made well before the mouse ever bought Lucasfilms. Yeah, no, I can see you alright with the Mandalorian helmet.
Taxiway Charlie
one of the good things about being a Mandalorian. It's because it's a slit. It's a lot easier to see out of, as opposed to a stormtrooper, where your eyes are actually a little bit up high, and it's really hard to see anything down. And plus, also with the Mandalorian, you got like a little bit down the middle as well. It's right up against your nose, but you can see out it.
Take off runway 17 climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.5 squawk 7252. Canberra ground jet 1277 heavy requesting the end of pushback. Jet 1277 heavy request to end pushback received.
It looks like we got...
Victor Hotel uniform Papa
It's a Qantas... Okay, this is weird. This is a Qantas Link flight over here, which should be something like a little Dash 8. But that is an A320 with Virgin Australia liveries on it. Just like this one here. In fact, this one here is a Qantas jet flight, again, in Virgin Australia liveries. Yeah, this is Virgin Australia, yeah. So they put... It's sticking the wrong livery on the wrong on the wrong flights. That's actually kind of funny. That looks awesome though, still.
Canberra ground jet 1277 heavy with Yankee ready to taxi IFR.
Head down Bravo.
Jet 1277 heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 17 using taxiway Charlie Bravo cross runway 30 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.
I'm usually horrible at taxiing. I didn't hold short to check the runway first. Oh well. There we go.
Victor Hotel uniform Papa Tango requesting pushback. Cessna Victor Hotel uniform Papa Tango pushback request accepted.
This is always the most riveting and fun part of flying, is taxiing.
Canberra ground Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray requesting pushback. Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray pushback request accepted.
It's usually like a clock or something in these things. I always forget to set it. Yeah, there we go. I can see timer down the bottom there. SVT? No?
Canberra ground Cessna Victor Hotel uniform Papa Tango requesting the end of pushback.
That might be just all over the road.
Hotel uniform Papa Tango request to end pushback received.
Ah, there we go. Timer.
Canberra ground Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray requesting the end of pushback. Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray request to end pushback received.
Where's that? There we go. Enter. There we go. That's got the timer going now.
Canberra ground Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray with Yankee ready to taxi IFR. Cessna Victor Hotel Alpha November X-ray taxi to and hold short of runway 17 via taxiway Charlie 4 Charlie Bravo cross runway 30 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
There, got my timer going this time.
Canberra ground Cessna Victor Hotel uniform Papa Tango with Yankee ready to taxi IFR. Cessna Victor Hotel uniform Papa Tango taxi to and hold short of runway 17 via taxiway Charlie 4 Charlie Bravo cross.
Not a bad idea. You got work tomorrow, do you?
17 Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Coming up to the runway here, we're just going to have to hold for this other aircraft to take off ahead of us.
Charlie 4 Charlie Bravo cross runway 30 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1 Cessna.
We're going to hold short here while he
Canberra
takes
Tower
off.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 at runway 17 ready for departure west departure.
Yeah, no worries, mate. You won't. You might make it to our location, but yeah, we'll see. Fast and Furious, race them. I could take off down the taxiway.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42.
I got permission to line up at least. You do have work tomorrow, yeah.
Clink for tree 2 heavy contact Melbourne Centre on 133.15. Good day.
So that's the one he just took off. And they want me to line up and wait. If I had my mate Andrew online, yeah, we'd be doing racing and shit.
133.15 Clink for tree 2 heavy.
Flying loops around one another and doing all kinds of stupid shit.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 wind calm west departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 17.
Cleared for takeoff runway
A bit of
17
flaps.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42.
Landing lights on. Brakes off. Rolling. Rotate. Flaps up.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 continue for west departure.
Canberra Tower Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 continue for west departure.
Okay, we're gonna hold around here. Make a roll to the right. Yeah, no, that sounds good. You just gotta get through it, that's all. Be interested to see what you end up doing. Like I said, plenty of people do the gym stuff. The only thing I'd probably advise is just to be sure that you can do what you want to do. Like, you know, nobody's gonna be all like, hey, you can't do that here or anything like that sort of a thing. It's the only downside. Like, I obviously can get away with what I'm doing because I'm my own employee. I'm the courier. I work for myself effectively. I do Uber deliveries, so I don't actually have to get permission from Uber to film what I'm doing. Right then, let me just have a quick look around here. Just trying to figure out where exactly we are. Okay, right. So, we are in Canberra. It's not normally this many trees, or this green, but to our left here, let's see if we got a smart cam location for this. Oh, of course we don't. Never mind. Down here on the left, that is the Canberra's Capitol Hill. This is where we keep all the stupid politicians. Dumbasses and whatnot live here. ScoMo, well, they don't live here, they work here. ScoMo worked here, he was a cunt, we didn't like him. Dumbest Prime Minister we ever had. But anyway, yep, so this is Canberra's Capitol Hill, primary target number 1. Please go ahead, do whatever you want to those people there, unless they are actually doing a good job, in which case, kind of leave those ones alone. It's not often they do a good job. If I head this way, the other side of the lake here, lake river thing. It's more like a river than a lake. I'm just going to bank a bit hard to the right. And there it is. I think it's called the Commonwealth Tower. It sits up atop there. I've been up that. There's an observation deck. You can see 2 sort of circular structures towards the base there. Not very far up the tower. But a nice sort of observation deck to get a nice sort of view of the entire city and area and stuff. When I was a little kid, we went up there. I think I might have a photo somewhere in my photo albums from that day. It's not really much. To be honest, if I look back at it now as an adult, I realise it's kind of lame. And at the end of the day, it's a tower overlooking Canberra. You know, one of the most shithouse places in the country. But this still is the beautiful Australian outback here. Sort of looking out over the scenery. Now, if we keep heading over this way, should be... Where are we? West is to my right. So I think it's behind. Looks like something from Star Wars. It does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Show us the utes. Alright, hang on. Let's find the road. There's a road. Let's see if there's a ute down there. I can see some cars. Follow the highway. Everybody hold on now. Alright, we're going to pull up before we break the plane. I broke the plane. Look what you did to me. Alright, let's do a quick restart. Get us back up in the air. I can do this quickly. I don't think we're going to make it to the destination now. Before you have to go to bed. I should have turned crash physics off. I should have pulled back my throttle before I did that little dive. That was stupid of me. That was really stupid. Don't fly with me, I'm a reckless. Anyway, that's what it gets like when me and my mate fly. Alright, battery, strobe, fuel pump. Let's give that a little bit. Put that at low idle already. Start it up. Fuel pump on. We're doing a very quick start here. Set that to norm. Avionics. That's what I'm missing. Come on. Beacon. Roll off. There we go. Oh, come on. Guess we're not doing a quick start. Fuel pump on. Come on. You can do it. Why isn't it starting? What have I missed? I'll tell you what. There's probably one over there. Look at that. Look over there in that parking lot. I need to work out what the fuck I'm missing here. That hadn't gone up, had it? I think that's what I was missing. Alright. Start from the top. Okay. Max up here. Fuel pump on. Battery on. Avionics 1. Strobe. Beacon as well. Start. Low idle. Why is it just not... It's just not starting. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I have no idea what the fuck's going on now. The damn thing just won't start. I know what's going on. Now I know. There's no fuel going into the engine. That's what was wrong this whole time. Alright, we are starting now. Engine starting up. Let's kick that up. Turn that off. Put that over the norm. Alright, that's at norm. No, we got it fixed now. It's all fixed. Okay. Avionics 2, alternator on, nav lights, taxi, beacon, everything is set. We are going to go partial flaps. We are going to start throttling up and take the brake off. Flight assistant. Chop him into little tiny pieces. Radio comm is on. What was it again? It was 303, I think. Alright, ATIS.
Canberra Airport information.
303.
0000 Zulu. Wind calm.
Alright, we're just gonna go straight to the east this
Canberra
time.
ground Hop Tours Hotel Tango. 42 ready to taxi north departure with Yankee.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 taxi to and hold short of runway 17 via taxiway Charlie 4 Charlie Bravo cross runway 30 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1.
Same route he sent us on last time.
Tower on 118.7 when ready.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 17 via taxi.
Alright, we're gonna see if we can do a quick taxi.
Bravo cross runway 30 Bravo cross runway 17 Alpha 1 Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42.
Shortcut. Just don't have time for this fucking taxiing. This taxi was so long last time. Right brake. Swing it right. There we go. Alright. Oh look, that corner sling plane has changed liveries again. Just trying to see if there's a ute over there. Yep, there's a ute! There's a ute! There's one right there! Oh, we are flying down these taxiways. There you go, you got your ute. We just had to brake the plane to get you your ute. Okay, I'm gonna not do any more stupid flying like that though. Get around this fella. Actually, you know what? Is that? No, that's a van. That's not a ute. We're practically gonna take off at this point, right? Slow that down a little. Break all the things. The hell's wrong with these buildings though? Look at that. What's going on over there? There might be a ute over there. Because this is all generated from satellite imagery. A Costco? Wait, there's a Costco there? At the airport at Canberra? Shit, I need to look that up now and see if that is a thing. Oh, that would really annoy me, the announcements. Yeah. It's just the radio chatter. I actually really like it, the radio chatter. Yeah, I know. There are Costco's in Australia. Me and my missus, we are members we have a membership at Costco. Because there's one on the other side of Ipswich from us. But I didn't know there was a Costco at frickin' Canberra Airport, to be honest. There aren't that many Costco's here, basically. Put it that way, in Australia. Oh, car just went past on the road over there. Pick up your food. Alright, I'm gonna stop here for a quick second. Contact the tower.
Canberra Tower Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 ready at runway 17 north departure.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango, 42 wind calm departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 17.
Alright, we are going to pull into this runway and we are going to immediately take off this time. And I'm going to set my altimeter to 3000. Full throttle. Rotate. Much smoother takeoff that time. Much better. Ain't up to Costco to pick up your food. I know, right? That's the dream, mate. That's the dream.
Canberra Tower Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 continue for north departure.
Off departure. Okay, altitude hold. Autopilot on. Nav hold on. Should start us rolling to the left, hopefully. Or not. Why am I nosing down here? Why are we nosing down? Stop that. Okay, let's go heading hold. Set our bug all the way to wherever the hell that is. Let's bring that back. What do the roads look like? Dirt. Although this one's paved, but this one's dirt. Although that's someone's driveway from the looks of it. Alright, I was going to go by the Canberra Space Telemetry Centre, which is to the west of here. But we're just going to go ahead and get on that course and head out towards the Big Marino. Is where we're heading. They look crashable. They do a little. We're not going to crash this time. We are not crashing. What happened last time was we didn't crash. We tore the plane apart in the air because we went way too fast. Effectively, the wings ripped off. And then it crashed into the ground. Possibly into that highway. Most likely into that highway. Who are we kidding? We killed some people in the process. In the meantime, let's just jump into a passenger seat and take a look out the window. Oh, that looks wonderful. Who's flying the plane? Oh yeah, me. I love doing that. Don't mind me. I'm nuts. Alrighty then. Okay. Yeah, I've got to remember how to do this now. Expedia. Is it this one? VFR. No, go back. CDI. No. OBS. How do I get it to run on that course? We are really bouncing up and down a little bit here. GPS, there we go. We set the GPS. If I hit nav now, it should follow the nav course once we line up with it, I think.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Canberra Tower Hop Tours
Just
Hotel
climb up
Tango
to
42 frequency change.
4,000. Just get us a bit more. I'm gonna get some smoother skies.
Canberra Approach Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 is type Cessna Caravan 5 miles northeast of Canberra, 3,000 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Go to 4,000. See if it's a bit smoother up there.
Hotel Tango 42 Canberra approach. Squawk 4005.
Squawk
Roll back
4005
a little.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango.
There we go. We're lining up on our course now, and the navigation hold is taking over.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango
Casper.
42, radar contact 6 miles northeast of Canberra, 3,200 feet. Cleared through the
Yeah, we
Charlie
can move about the cabin here.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
I'm really
Hop Tours
curious. I'm
Hotel
not going to do it.
Tango
I'm just going to
42.
see. Okay, there's no control to open up that door. What about this one? No, there isn't. Okay, good. Bad. Well, not both good and not good. I kind of like being able to open the doors and such. What about this one here? Nope, can't open that one. I can't even open the little window up. It's a nice plane though, man. It actually really looks quite comfy. Decent amount of leg room for each person too. Unless you're really tall, then yeah, you're kind of screwed. But I would say we could adjust the seats, move them back a little bit. There's a bit of room behind that one to come back, and that one. And we got our luggage compartment at the back here. Although this is a Cessna Caravan, there's a pod on the underside of the aircraft. Alright, we've got a great big lake up ahead. What is this lake? What's the name of this lake? Let's look up some stuff. Because I think on the other side of this lake, I'm just going to bring this over here actually. On the other side of this lake, I believe, is some wind farms. Lake George, that's it, yeah. And on the other side of Lake George, I think somewhere around there, there are some wind farms or something. Let me just have a quick look, satellite view here. No, not on here. Oh. No, can't see anything marked on there. Anyway, we are heading towards the Big Marino, which... Where are we? So this is Lake George. So it's literally the same distance on the other side of Lake George of what we've had to fly to get up to Lake George. So it's directly ahead of us, somewhere around there, on the other side of that hill, I think, probably. Somewhere on the other side of that hill. Eventually on the other side of that hill. If we can see anything out there. Look at that beautiful landscape. There we go. There's the wind farm. I knew there was one somewhere. A bunch of windmills over there. Farm on that electricity. Damn it. I'm getting mouse stuck on trim wheel. Bad. Bad mouse. Don't crash plane. Plane crash bad. Get cord down there. There we go. Yeah, you can all see what I'm doing down over the other side over there. Hey, look at that. Like I'm pointing at myself in two different directions. I'm over there. Anyway. Any utes down there? I saw some trucks appear and disappear. But it's not spawning anything else in now. We got there, we got a Virgin Flight 1210. Where is that going? That's a Virgin Australia flight.
Hotel Tango 42, you're leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved. Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42. Melbourne Center Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 is type Cessna Caravan 9er, miles east of Yankee Golf Delta Oscar, 4,000 feet. Request flight following.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 Melbourne Center.
What was it again?
Squawk 3012.
VOZ 1210.
Squawk 3012 Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 radar.
Virgin Australia 1212 is going from Brisbane to Canberra. So that's come from where I live, going to where we just took off. In fact, it's got right there, YBBN, that's Brisbane Airport. That's a 737.
2 miles northeast. Climb and maintain 16,000 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 35 approach via D049M transition.
They're being told to climb and maintain 16,000 feet. That doesn't seem right. In fact, we can go ahead and look at this live right now. Do that. Show on map live. And so, like, this is a little bit behind in time, so where they're up to, but that's where they are now, the red one at the top right there. In fact, let me just hang on the other side. There we go. I think, basically, so what that was, that is actually a real world flight that is currently happening, but there is a delay between that and what goes on in here. So it's probably about a 5-minute delay, 10-minute delay maybe. Velocity's not talking to her. So you do actually get real world aircraft can be flying around and such. Shut up. You can get a lot of real world aircraft flying around. So I really love the fact that, like, sometimes now and then you'll come across a Royal Flying Doctor Service flight. So the Royal Flying Doctors Service in Australia is basically an air service where they fly doctors, medical supplies, all sorts of things, or transport people basically via aircraft. They're effectively an air ambulance, basically. So they have, like, what is it? They've got some King Air aircraft, some Beechcraft King Airs. They've got PC-12s and PC-24s, which is, I think the PC-24 is a jet aircraft, and the PC-12 is a single-engine turboprop. Absolutely fantastic, and they service all around Australia, basically, you know, flying out to rural Australia and sort of helping people out and stuff. It's one of the things I like to do is I've actually got a couple of skins for a couple of aircraft for the Royal Flying Doctor Service liveries, effectively. And I love throwing those on and just doing some rural flights. Like last night, I did a flight from Longreach down to Brisbane. Yeah, Medivac, basically, Medivac. That's also what they do as well. My mum had to actually make use of the Royal Flying Doctor Service when we lived in Cobar, New South Wales, a little mining town out in the middle of Whoop Whoop, basically, middle of butt fucking nowhere. And yeah, she had to fly into Sydney for surgery, so she got on board the Royal Flying Doctor Service. They flew her out to Sydney. She had a surgery, stayed at the hospital a couple of nights, and then they flew her back, basically. So yeah, it was actually really cool. We changing frequency or not?
Velocity 638 heavy Melbourne Center QNH 30.01 radar contact. Continue to Lakeview.
119.5 Hop Tours Hotel, Tango 42.
This is the one thing that I'm actually struggling with flying myself, is getting used to a lot of the radio talk. I know how to do it a lot of it, but I've got to really learn hard how to do it because yeah, you got to know what to say, how to say it, when to say it. So I've actually joined up with a group called VATSIM, where these are guys who all around the world, and they're doing air traffic control and people on, like, jumping on and doing their radio talk and everything over the over this particular app, and it actually ties into flight sim. So people who do air traffic control for, like, centers and departures and arrivals and towers and ground and all that, they can see where everybody's aircraft is on a map and all that sort of stuff, and they can basically direct people around and all that sort of thing. It's actually brought back a feature that used to... Yeah, that is really awesome. And it like I said, it's effectively brought back a feature that used to be in Flight Simulator. Back in, I think Flight Sim X might have had it, I'm not 100% sure, but Flight Sim 2000, which is what X is derived from, Flight Sim 2000 did have air traffic control. So you could do a multiplayer game with it, and back then, this was before, you know, multiplayer was the norm. So you would set up a multiplayer, you'd jump on into the session, you can do air traffic control. I did a fair bit of it myself. I was actually really quite good at it back then. I've kind of forgotten a lot of it. In fact, I did mostly ground services, so directing the aircraft around at the airport, giving them their runways, taxiways, all that sort of stuff to go to, and then what frequency to tune to for tower and all that sort of thing. Directing them to parking and to gates and such. But yeah, so effectively, yeah, you could do all that. When this one came out, it's not a basic feature that was built in. So what they ended up doing is, yeah, these other groups would set up these services and that sort of stuff, where yeah, you could basically do that. Really hoping that Flight Sim 2024, which is coming out at the end of this year, 19th of November, hoping that they actually have a lot of that sort of stuff in there. In fact, there's a lot of things that we're really hoping for that they have in there, including co-pilot, so being able to sit co-pilot with another plane in someone else's plane, which was something you could do in Flight Sim 2000 and Flight Sim X. You could basically run co-pilot for someone else. So we're going to go ahead and bring our altitude down, I think, down to 3,000 for now. Drop that down. And can we get a smart cam?
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 have the Cessna Skyhawk in sight.
No, we can't. That's alright. Okay, we're gonna disengage the autopilot and just take over for a bit here. And we're gonna be looking for, there's a giant concrete ram down there somewhere that we're looking for. There it is, right there. That is the big Merino right there. We're gonna get a little bit of a closer look. I'm actually going to line up on that road and try and see if we can get a better look at that. So I need to drop my throttle back. Vaguely know which road I need to line up on here. And some flaps. I just realised I never brought my flaps back up, which is why my airspeed was never getting that high, because my flaps were inducing a drag. I need the flaps now, just a bit. Oh, that's a bit too tight, bit too tight. Okay, we want this road here. Nope, wrong button. So we're going to try and line up on that road, and on our left-hand side there will be a giant concrete ram as we fly down the road.
500.
In fact, there it is there. I can see it up ahead, behind a tree at the moment. Look out for a ute. Slow right down, get those flaps out. And there it is there. Right there, the big Merino, big giant concrete ram, sheep thing. There you go. Now we're going to pull up and out. Can I fly into North Korea? I'm sure I can if I point down when I'm over North Korea. Right. Flaps back up. Let's get the airspeed back up. Reset the autopilot. Climb back up to 3,000. But yeah, no, you can fly around North Korea in the game. There's nothing stopping you from doing it, really. Let me have a quick look, actually, to see what it looks like. Like, I'm pretty sure, at least on Google Maps, you can see bits of North Korea. But it would be interesting, you know, there to sort of fly around. But I think that might be something that we might do at some point. We'll do some tours of North Korea, check out some of the sites, like the Ryugyong. It says there's a plane there, but I don't see one. A C-182. I'm a C-182, I think. Yeah, the graphics hasn't loaded for that aircraft. There, but it ain't there. I reckon, yeah, we should be able to. We could do, like, a flight over Ryugyong Hotel. What else have we got here? Like, as long as it's, like, in Bing, it's in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay. Now we got a bit of a long haul for us here, so we're going to actually increase our altitude to 5,000 feet.
Goodbye.
Get us some extra speed.
Hop Tours Hotel, Tango 42, 3,000 feet.
Go 1,000 feet a minute climb.
Hotel Tango 42 Melbourne Center QNH 29er.9er radar contact.
2999, gotcha. 2999. And this one. No, I'll leave that one, I won't bother. It's just my backup. But yeah, as long as there's like online maps of it, and I think it, like I said, it's Bing that Microsoft Flight Sim uses, which is absolutely horrible. In fact, I do have some software to force it to use a different server for the mapping. So the way which it populates all of this effectively. So a lot of this is all procedurally generated here. And yeah, if you do have areas that are blacked out, then I don't know what it would do, so it'll be curious to see. But like I said, we can at least do like a bit of a tour around Pyongyang, capital. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to have much luck sort of heading out to areas that might be a little bit secrety. But yeah, should have no trouble doing at least a bit of a flying tour around Pyongyang, have a look at the area and such. I reckon actually something I should look at doing at some point is doing some flying in a Halo Pelican. But yeah, like I was saying, the way which this all works, the scenery here works, so it's all procedurally generated to some degree. It's automatically generated, not entirely procedurally, but also procedurally. It's really confusing. But effectively, it works off where it loads the satellite imageries and stuff and maps from Microsoft's, answer to Google Maps Bing, which is absolutely horrible and often out of date. And so yeah, it loads those up, and it works out from what it sees on there what to put where. So it can see that this is sort of a large, heavy foliage area, so it puts a lot of trees down there. It can also see where a lot of the roads are. So when you get like highways and stuff like that, places where there are cars on the roads, if it's the hotel, I think it's so weird. There's a fake market on the bottom floor. It probably is that hotel, yeah. Whatever it's... I can't quite pronounce it, but I'll just call it Pyongyang Hotel. It's like a big sort of spike up into the sky sort of thing, a big knife sort of thing. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, so yeah, whenever there's like a road or something on the map, it knows then to generate vehicles on that road as well. So it knows right now this is the road here. It'll know that, and it's also putting foliage on either side of the road because it can see on the map that there's trees on either side and such. It can also see where, like, obviously we get information and data off the terrain because that's all built into the maps as well. So that's why you get all your hills and your valleys, as you can see up ahead here. And yeah, so that's how the maps basically work on this. However, with certain things, for example, the big Merino back there is actually programmed in. So there are a lot of landmarks and sites and stuff like that where someone actually goes through, meticulously makes things and puts them in. So if there's a huge fire, how updated is the game showing the destruction? No, it won't. However, Flight Sim 2024 is apparently going to introduce firefighting. So we're going to be able to do some firefighting in the next one, it seems, which will be really cool to try out. Now, I'm just sort of wondering, what's this area that we're flying over here? This is the Bungonia State Conservation Area that we're flying out to here. This first river I'm coming up to, and oil rig missions I think I heard. Yeah, stuff like that as well. And what's really cool, Medivac. We get to do Medivac stuff, and that's like, that really sings to me because, as I'm basically pointing out, I love doing a lot of the Royal Flying Doctor Service stuff. So what'll be really cool is if they actually have Royal Flying Doctor Service sort of missions and stuff. And in fact, we kind of got a bit of a demonstration of a lot of this sort of thing with the missions that you can do in this now. There's little bits and things here and there that you can do, but they're not great. as it seems like the 2024 stuff is going to be. But there was like for the June stuff that came out with the ornithopter and whatnot, which we might go, if there's time, we might check out after this. But yeah, so there was the June ornithopter, where there was one of the mission, the last mission you could do, where you had to fly out and rescue someone from a downed ornithopter and then get out of there before that sandstorm hit. I could never get out of there before the sandstorm hit. The sandstorm always got me every damn time, because that thing comes up really quick, and you got to be real quick. You got to fly in, set it down, get the guy in, take off, and you got to bank hard and fly fast. Oh, what river is this? Oh, excuse me. Where am I? That's the question. Let's see. Big Merino. Where was the Big Merino? Big Merino's there. I'm heading this way. Beautiful absolute sight though out the window there. Just looking at the valleys and stuff. I just absolutely love the outback here in Australia. Okay, there we are. So that was the... what was that? Shoalhaven River below us back there.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42, contact Nora. Approach on 123.5. Good day.
123.5 Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42. Goodbye. Nora, approach Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42, 5,000 feet.
Hop Tours Hotel Tango.
Got another one coming up here. I'm probably butchering the name of this, but this valley up ahead is the Etrima Creek. And I think, specifically, we're possibly going to be flying over Reprieve Point and Swag Point. I think this is Reprieve Point right here, and Swag Point there on the left. So let's go ahead and bring our altitude down. What have we got below us? We got 2,400 feet below us, so we're going to go ahead and drop that altitude down to 3,000, I think. Will be putting us just about 4,000 feet over the ground. Just to be safe, we're going to add 5,000. There we go. So that'll put us about 1,000 feet over the ground, roughly. Drop that down there. Reduce throttle. So, yep, on the right side of the aircraft, we can see right here is Reprieve Point. Reprieve Point Peninsula. Oh, it just looks absolutely beautiful. Look at the cliff sides there. Getting a little bit of a turbulence as the air rushes up and off the cliff sides. We can see our shadow down there, which is an absolute fantastic detail of this simulation. Oh, that is just beautiful. Then back on the left side of the aircraft, we have just flown over. Right there was Swag Point, I think. Yeah, Swag Point. So if we could just get an external view real quick. There it is there. Can you fly inside the Grand Canyon with a jet? I can do it with an FA-18 Hornet. How's that sound? In fact, there are actually some missions for doing some low-level valley flying in an F-18 Hornet. Mind you, though, it might be a little bit difficult to do it in the Grand Canyon, especially with some of the tight turns and stuff. But if you pick the right path, you could probably get down and go through. Good morning, evening, Firestorm. G'day, Nathan. How you going, mate? We are currently flying between Canberra and Wollongong in New South Wales, in Australia. We took off from Canberra, and then Bones wanted to see a ute, and he caused the plane to crash. So it's all Bones' fault. And then we took off again from Canberra. We went and saw a big giant sheep called the Big Merino, a giant concrete ram in a place somewhere in New South Wales. Where is it? I can never remember the name of the town. At Goulburn, in Goulburn, New South Wales, near the M31 highway. We did a little fly past of that, and just then we've flown over a valley. We flew over Swag Point. But we saw a ute and a Costco. Yes, we did see a ute and a Costco. There's a Costco at Canberra Airport. In fact, I'm going to look at that right now on my map over here, because I want to see that for myself. On this satellite view. Where the bloody hell is this There is a Costco, wholesale Canberra. There's a whole parking lot and everything there. In fact, you know what? If we zoom in, I can see a ute. Hang on. Let me bring this in there. That one. And that one. Transition. There you go. There's a ute right there. That's a ute. You happy now? So yeah, in fact, yeah, that was the Costco as well. That was the parking lot for that Costco over there. Which, yeah, that's actually, the shape of the building is pretty much the same as the Costco out my way. Even the, is the parking lot the same? No, the parking lot's a little different. Alright, Ronan, no worries. Sorry we didn't end up making it in time. We probably would have again if we didn't crash because someone wanted to see a ute. Bones. But no, all good. In fact, there's a Woolworths right next to that Costco. Chemist Warehouse. A Big W. Okay, so that's like a factory outlet or something or other there. Woolworths in Australia, by the way, folks, is a supermarket where you buy your groceries and shit. Oh, I just realised we flew over another valley back there. I didn't check what valley that was. Yes, you're bad. You're bad indeed. Making me crash. Harris Farm Markets. Ah. There was a Dan we drove past the Dan Murphy's. Dan Murphy's is a liquor store. God damn it. We could have gone in and got some alcohol before our flight. Or racetracks like Nuremberg. There are cars driving around it. That's a really good question. I should check out the Nuremberg track. I wanted to see a road up close. We did. Before the plane ripped itself apart in the air. Ooh, Bunnings. Oh, I just found we also... Okay, so... When we went past that Costco, the building before it had a Woolworths and a Big W in it. So it was like a big shopping centre. The Majura Park Shopping Centre. Then it was the Costco. Then the next building had a Barbecues Galore and a Pillow Talk. And then the next building was the Dan Murphy's liquor store. Next to that was a pet barn. And a Green Cross Vets and a Flip Out, whatever the hell Flip Out is. Then the building after that was a Bunnings, which is a hardware store. So, there you go. That's a little tour of those buildings we drove past, taxiing out to the runway. What was that? Runway 17 over at Canberra Airport. Anyway, we can see up ahead, that is the Pacific Ocean over there. And in fact, what are we coming up to here? Let me just... I'm sorry, I'm zooming in and out on the map, and I think it's affecting this. Although we are getting some pretty... I'm going to increase power because we're losing a bit of power there. We are getting some pretty decent chop at the moment. As you can see, the plane's getting tossed around a bit. It is because we are low to the ground. We're not very high up. So, yeah, things are getting a little bit choppy. Anyway, up ahead, we have some towns. I have no idea where we are right now. I think we're currently above... I'm going to butcher this because this is an Aboriginal word. This one, sorry. What do they like being called now? A First Nations name. One of the First Nations people. Jarawangala, I think it's called. Jarawangala. Yeah, it's really hard. We've had to change. I know. This one's a little bit sensitive. It's a case of, yeah, screw PC, but also we should actually give them a little bit of respect in this particular case. But anyway, this is Jarawangala National Park. I think we are currently flying over. I'll just take a quick look here. Should be a road behind us. Okay, there's a road up there somewhere. So yeah, this is Jarawangala National Park. Next place we'll be flying over will be Wendandian. I fight with people all the time in America. People can say they're Native American, and I'm like, no, you're Asian. You can over in the ice bridge. Came over on the ice bridge, and your own history says so. Yes, they did. But there is the fact, though, that they have lived in America long enough that they evolved differently as well. And then again, like, that's a really interesting thing, though, is to look at the genetics of it. You look at the genetics of the Native Americans and look at the genetics of the Inuits, I want to say. Whatever they call them, the Arctic people. And then look at the genetics of Asian. And you can specifically actually look at the genetic makeup of a Mongolian, specifically. And then go into China and the rest of Asia. And you can see the genetic change between them all. How, like, the people up here, they share similarity and looks to the people here. So, say this is Mongolia, like I'm looking at the map. Alright, from your point of view, Mongolia, up over the top, Alaska, and then coming down here, North America. So you got Mongolia over here. They had, and you look at the way people look there, the physical features and stuff, and then you look at the physical features of the people up here, and they share similarities. But they're not quite the same, because the people up here also share similarities with the people down here. But the people over here don't overly look like the people over here. You can see just a little tiny bit of it, but it's that bridge back across. At the end of the day, all of us don't really come from where we say. You know, you can't really call yourself American if you're going to go by that sort of a deal, because at the end of the day, you're descended from a British colonist, or a French colonist, or a Dutch colonist, effectively, or an Italian colonist. But you can't call yourself French, Dutch, or Italian, or British, because you weren't born there. And that's what it really comes down to at the end of the day. And this is what a lot of people do tend to argue, is it really comes down to, where are you born? Where are you from? Where do you call home? That's what it sort of really comes down to. So at the end of the day, for all of us in Australia, and even the Aboriginal, even the First Nation people have been saying this as well, that we're all Australians and we should all speak together and live together and exist together. Yes, there was the colonialisation of Australia. Yes, a lot of the Aboriginals died off, and a lot of the what do you call them, the tribes and such, or I actually can't think of what they're actually called, what we actually refer to them now. But I want to say Aboriginal nations. So a lot of the Aboriginal nations, because they were all divided, you know, they were all these different people all over Australia. If you did up a map of Australia of all the separate nations and their borders, which they didn't really have borders, you know, there was just sort of like, these people lived in this area, these people were in this area, sort of thing. It's that there were hundreds. It was all over the place, basically. Anyway, we're coming up to, what is this again? This is Jervis Bay on the left here, and this is the Jervis military base here, which was a Air Force base commissioned during, I believe, towards the end of the Second World War, or around the middle of the Second World War, right there, and is now actually in possession of the Royal Australian Navy. So that's a Royal Australian Navy air base there. Back when it was a RAF base, it was used for practicing torpedo bombing. Used for torpedo practice. You know, getting down low to the water and flying across and then dropping in. My guess is they probably did a lot of it over here in Jervis Bay. Who knows? I really don't know. But anyway, so that's Jervis Bay. So we're going to make our way up the east coast here, past Kiama. We're going to do a little bit of a flyby of Kiama, where we have the Kiama Surf Beach and stuff. Really great beaches up in this direction. In fact, a lot of great beaches up this way. Should be one up here. In fact, a couple of really nice beaches right up here. Beautiful Australian beaches. We've got Mermaid Inlet over there. Penguin Head Lookout over here. And there should be a lighthouse up here, Crookhaven Lighthouse, which we'll do a little bit of a fly past. In fact, I think we're going to be doing a direct fly past of Penguin Head Lookout. But yeah, like I said, yeah, they're all over the place and that sort of thing. But yeah, there was this big... There was this big drive in Australia recently to have someone who would be the voice, they were calling it or something or other, and very controversial. A plebiscite essentially went out gauging what everybody thought and whether or not, you know, it's a thing that they wanted. And it didn't get passed, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it didn't get passed. But it was a bit of a big confusion and that sort of thing. Like, I'm not going to side with one side or the other, but it was a case of, on one side, it's giving them a voice in Parliament to be able to say, you know, oh, hang on, you know, this is, you know, sacred, or, you know, or we can't really do that, sort of, because, you know, it's disrespectful to the people, blah, 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 all that sort of thing. But then it was also on the other side of, well, hang on, you guys have already got people in Parliament, you know, there's already Aboriginals who are in Parliament, there's already Aboriginal politicians and stuff. If you're not happy with them, vote someone else in. You know, that's basically how it works. It's like any politician that's in there. Most of the time, we're not happy with them. They most of the time, all around the world, people aren't happy with their own politicians. We hate them. So it's a case of, yeah, you know, they didn't really need that voice. Is what that sort of side of the story was. Like I said, I'm neither here nor there with it. You know, I believe a little bit of more respect does need to be given to them. But at the same instance, they also need to understand the country is being run by a government, and that government is the one in control. If you don't like it, start a revolution. Simple as that, basically, you know, and we all know how those go. Have Biden or Trump, dumb and dumber. Exactly. That is the biggest problem with politicians. It's, do I vote for dickhead A, or do I vote for dickhead B? I know, I'll vote for dickhead C, and then hope dickhead C tells dickhead B when they get in what to do. Although then all of a sudden dickhead A's in now, and well, it's shit regardless. Alright, anyway, we're going to disengage the autopilot again here. Juice that. I want to bring ourselves down. Let's go for about a 1,500 feet per minute. And we're going to do a little bypass here, a Penguin Head Lookout, and we're going to see if we can see the lighthouse at Crookhaven. As you can see, beautiful Australian beaches down there. In fact, this looks like a really nice one where you can go swimming on either side of the beach. You got ocean on one side and, what is that, a bit of a lake or a bay on the other. So this is the Penguin Head Lookout down here. Not personally seeing any penguins. I'm just gonna put that out there. Oh, I don't see any sharks right now. There you go, Penguin Head Lookout. I wouldn't be surprised if probably penguins do end up there or something at some point. You know, be a reason why it's named that. So there is supposedly meant to be a lighthouse down here. Crookhaven Lighthouse. We'll see if the graphics load something in. So we're actually flying with a bit of a crosswind at the moment. The wind is going to the north. So you might notice the plane is sort of going sideways a little bit. So just to sort of compensate that. Just trying to kick the rudder a little. And I'm not really seeing any sort of a lighthouse. It should be right here. There's a house, but there's no lighthouse. Or is that maybe all it's meant to be? Just a little house there with like a beacon or something. I don't know. I've never been there. I have no idea what is supposed to be there. Anyway, let's swing it around and follow this coastline up. Get that autopilot going again. Get the heading hold on this time. And we are going to set altitude back to 2,000. Climb up 500 feet a minute. There we go. Add a bit of power. Beautiful. Yeah, just check out that water. Absolutely stunning view down there. Let's see, can we see any sharks? I don't see any sharks. You gotta admit though, the detailing on this water is fantastic. And it's nothing more than, you know, it's not three-dimensional. The water, the waves aren't really there. It is amazing, yeah. Just taking that view. It really is something. I do love living in Australia. We've got some of the most beautiful countryside. Not to say America doesn't. I've been to the States and I absolutely loved the countryside there too. Beautiful views, especially going out the Grand Canyon and seeing like the painted cliffs and all that sort of stuff. In fact, on the way to the Grand Canyon, we made a stop over at Arizona Meteor Crater. In fact, this was the day before we continued driving out towards the Grand Canyon. We stayed at Flagstaff, I think it was, and went out to Meteor Crater, and oh my god, that was just absolutely stunning. And like, you're driving up to the Meteor Crater, and it just looks like this little sort of a plateau, just sitting out in the middle of this desert. Nothing in any direction. And you got up there, you parked, you got out of the car, you walked into the visitor center, you walk around, look at all the interesting stuff there, and rock samples and things and so on. And then you walk up these stairs and stuff, and you go outside, open this door, and you walk up to this balcony, and it's just, boom, big, huge hole in the ground. It was fucking fantastic. I absolutely loved it. It was a huge highlight for me on that trip. Anyway, so that was Shoalhaven back there that we flew past. We're now coming up on Gerringong? I don't know, someplace. So this is Gerringong down here. Werry Beach, right there. We do have some really difficult to pronounce places out here in Australia. And in fact, there should be a blowhole up ahead. Do we have any smart cam locations yet? No, we don't. I don't think it's going to give us any of those. No landmarks nearby, apparently, despite that there are actual landmarks nearby. There's always landmarks nearby. There's always a landmark somewhere. Oh, Kiama! That's what we're coming up across. So this is Werry Beach down to our right. If we just swing over here. So that's Werry Beach there. And that's Gerringong. That is actually really hard to pronounce. Gerringong. I don't know why that is so hard for me to pronounce though. Usually really good at this stuff. I'm just trying to work out exactly where this blowhole is and the lighthouse. Okay. Alright. Disengage, throttle back. Now, down around here, it says there's supposed to be a little blowhole down here. And what that is basically when the waves come in, they're hitting up against the rocks, and it pushes up out through the rocks. Yeah, right there it is, right there. There's the little blowhole, just on the side of those houses there. So when the waves come in, it goes into this cave, and there's a hole leading up, and when it hits the rocks on the inside of the cave, it straight up the hole. Roll it back up. I'm gonna lose some speed otherwise. And down there should be the Kiama Lighthouse. So the question is whether or not that one exists in here too. But I'm not sure if the lighthouse itself actually does exist anymore. Give a little bit of rudder kick to the left there. Just got to bring us around. Yeah, it doesn't look like the lighthouse is actually there. But anyway, there's a Kiama Lighthouse on the end of that little tip there. Back there. Alright, back to our course. Nav hold. Hold the pilot back on. And we're going to set altitude for 1,000. Keep it nice and low now, from now on. It's going to be a little bit bumpy. Okay, that last bit we went past was the headland lookout back there. Now we're coming up to Base Point Reserve here, which is interesting because right next to it is an open cut mine, Shell Cove. Yeah. So you've got a reserve from here over, and this right here is a mine. I'm not sure what they're mining there though. Oh, ready mixed concrete supplier. Okay. So apparently they're making concrete. So, I don't know, maybe it's a whole lot of limestone or something. I don't know. Anyway, as we continue to the north, we're coming up to Windang Beach. Just up here. So, Windang is actually a little bit of something of my childhood. So Windang, right here, it is, the beach running along there. If I go to heading hold and set our heading over that way. To there. And we can do a little fly over Windang. Windang is actually where my grandparents used to live, my nan and my pop. That's my mother's mother and father. We used to do a lot of visits there, going there in Christmas time and such. I reckon with a little bit of effort, I might actually be able to find their house. In fact, we are pretty much on course to fly right over their house. But yeah, lots of visits down onto this beach. I used to go swimming a lot of the time down at this beach because they literally lived over here. Let me see, which street is it? That one. But that one there, that one there, that one there. Their house right there. This house right here, that was theirs. And we used to go walking down the end of the road. There was a path to get through all of that bush and shrub. You can see the path coming out just there. And yeah, we walked straight across over to that beach and used to walk around on that beach and even go swimming there as well. So a little bit of my my past there. No worries. We are actually going to be coming in for landing soon. I'm just going to bring us over to the right here because I just want to do a little fly past as well of the industrial zone up here. Which is always over here at Port Kembla. We'll see if the gas outlet is lit at the moment, the gas outlet. There's a tower sort of that's set out here, a couple of towers, and they would be siphoning off gas from the oil that is stored over here, and they would light it up, and you'd just see this flame off in the distance up on the horizon from Windang. There's one of these towers over here. And that doesn't look like they've put that in. I do have some mods where it does add landmarks like that sort of thing in, and you see like smokestacks and stuff. But no, it doesn't look like that's in here. That's alright. I've never actually really had a good look at all this. Yeah, no worries, mate. You go ahead and do that. I'm gonna bring this into land and gonna go ahead and end stream there. See who's online to raid. Yeah, I remember too, the trains used to come. We used to get the train from around here as well. Down here somewhere. Should be a big train terminus. So that's the railway there. Train station there. There. I think we used to get the train from back here somewhere. Or maybe it was that station there we used to get it from. I can't remember. I was only a kid back then. Alright, let's go back to nav hold. In fact, let's go ahead and get this thing ready. Right. Now, we're going to want to increase our altitude by another 1,000 because we've got some mountains coming up ahead. There we go. Just get ourselves above those mountains. Now, over here... Menu procedures. Select approach. Okay. Nearby airports. Shalaba. Which way is our wind? Our wind's at 19, so yeah, we're gonna have to land on runway 16. Nav GPS, enter vectors. Yep, leave that off. Leave that off. Load. Activate vectors to final. Alright, we are landing on runway 16. Give us the best headwind we can.
Sierra Hotel Lima, traffic hop tours Hotel Tango, 426 miles, north 1,900 feet, inbound to land runway.
There's our airfield there. We can see the runway right there that we're aiming for. I think we're going to have to crab a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and set for approach. Approach 16. Never remember how to do this. One sec. Take that one out. Okay. I think I'm just going to do a VFR approach.
Yankee Sierra Hotel Lima Traffic Hop Tours Hotel, Tango 42, is on final runway 16 to land. Yankee Sierra Hotel Lima Traffic Hop Tours Hotel, Tango 42, is clear of the runway.
Oh, we just landed, and there's a very interesting looking aircraft sitting over there. It was a very bumpy landing. I don't know if you caught it. There's a fair bit of a crosswind happening. We had to crab in to the down to the runway. Yeah, look at that windsock. That thing is horizontal. This is a horrible day to be landing at Shell Harbour. Just want to come over here and have a look at this. The Qantas 747 sitting there. Just about, yeah. It's gusting too, which is really bad. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Don't even know why it's here. And look, there's a Catalina down here. There's a Ute. So just a bit all over the place because it doesn't respond if I'm using the mouse to look around. The controls won't respond. There's another Ute. Yeah, that's a Catalina flying boat. What brand of Ute was that? Didn't catch it. I don't even know if there is a Costco here. This is Shell Harbour. I doubt they'd have a Costco at Shell Harbour. Oh, there's a Ute. Oh, I just realised I'm taxiing onto a runway. We're going to just swing this around. I'm just going to park it there. This is a good spot to park, right here on the threshold of a runway. Perfect place. Alright, so we got one takeoff and one landing. Let's go back to the main menu. Turn to the main menu. Yes. Hang on, I need to do this first. Just quickly check these. That was annoying. So, set wings and brakes. Toggle fold wings, landing gear. Glide mode on. Drive mode, type mode off. Right. And the other one. That, and that. Two afterburner. Landing gear. We don't have anything for that. Right. Okay, what did you say? Grand Canyon? Let me just try and remember where to find that. Here's Grand Canyon Village. So I reckon there's supposed to be an airfield out here. Yeah, there it is. Stop doing that. Yes, I have a cardboard plane in here. But that's not what we're looking for. Jets? Yeah, there it is. This one. We do have an FA-18 Hornet, and more specifically, I have the Maverick livery for that one. But we're going to go out in this. Is there any liveries for that? Nope, there isn't. House of Atreides. Sounds great. Customization. Hop tours! Yep, we're doing hop tours still. Yep. That is an ornithopter from the movie Dune. They did a release for it. When was it? It was a few months ago now. Ah, yeah, that's right. It was in preparation of Dune 2 coming out, which I still need to actually watch Dune 2. I haven't seen that one yet. But yeah, in preparation for Dune 2 coming out, they released an ornithopter in here. They also did a whole bunch of missions and stuff. Yeah, it was a free DLC, I think. I'm pretty sure I didn't have to pay for it. At least, well, that's the other thing too. I'm also on, what's it called? Game Pass. So I got the game is free on there as well. But I also own the game on Steam too. Why is that not loading? What's going on here? If the game has crashed, we're probably just going to end the stream here and do this next time. But I've got a strong feeling the game has actually crashed now. Which would be really annoyingly unfortunate. Come on, give me something. Let me just check Task Manager. It's thinking, but yeah, Flight Sim's not responding at the moment. We'll give it a bit and see if it responds. There we go. We got a response. Beautiful. Okay. Lift all of that up. Let me try and remember a few things here. Okay. Now, what were the controls again? This is... I've got to try and remember all this. It's been ages since I actually played this. Use this aircraft. Okay, that's my right stick. I want my left stick, which is this one. So, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3. And that would be landing gear. Toggle wing fold. Glide mode off. So that's glide mode, dive mode. Okay. We go external view real quick. So glide mode off. Can't demonstrate dive mode just yet. Throttle up. Get some speed. Get the landing gear up. Nope. This one? No. What button is it?
Los Angeles
Oh, I need to hold it.
Hotel Tango 42 is Type 1, miles northwest of Canyon 6,800 feet. Request flight following.
Hop Hotel Tango 42 Los Angeles 7.
Hang on.
Squawk 7741.
Squawk 7741 Hop Tours, Hotel Tango 42.
Hop Hotel Tango 42 radar contact 3 miles west of Canyon 8,000 feet. UNH 29.92.
Roger, Hop Tours, Hotel Tango 42.
Okay. Head over there. Wrong button. Gotta be careful not to press that button. Okay, let's see. Avionics, alternator, fuel valve. Avionics is on. Alternator and battery are on. Engine stop, wings fold, wings dome. Left door, right door. Doors are already closed. Alright, let's do a little bit of flying down the Grand Canyon, eh? That's what you wanted? Get that afterburner going. Currently it's set to live weather, but I can change it. I can set it to a perfectly clear day. I can make it a stormy day. I can make it snow with the right conditions. Yeah, I could. Although it might kick me around a bit. So I'm currently flying this in HOSAS configuration, which is hand on stick and stick. So I've got my left hand on one stick and my right hand on another stick. On my left hand is controlling my throttle and yaw, so my twisty left and right, as though I were using my rudder pedals, so they're left and right. And it's also controlling the level of throttle that we have here. And the right stick is controlling my roll, which we're doing right now, and my pitch.
West 3326 Heavy is passing flight level 380, descending flight level 290.
Don't know why that landing gear won't stay up.
Heavy Los Angeles Center radar contact. Continue to Hotel Echo Charlie.
Interestingly, this type of aircraft, while seeming very science fiction-y, which technically this aircraft is science fiction, is actually a very plausible aircraft design, and has even been researched and such during the Second World War and after. It's actually quite an efficient design, but it's very difficult to implement. What you effectively have is a VTOL aircraft that flies like a dragonfly. As you see from the way the wings on the outside are effectively flapping. And it's generating lift with that. Let's get some altitude here. Go to glide mode. At 10,000 feet. 11,000, 12,000. You'll notice the gauges on the bottom there, down there, are actually giving us a readout. $20,000. Just hit that button. $25. Alright, disengage the afterburner. We are gliding at the moment. And just reactivate the engines. And now, here is the really cool thing about this. Dive mode. You can see our speed is just gone off the charts then. We can actually reach Mach 1 doing this. Oh, I could go higher. I could go a bit higher. Flight mode. Now I've got the G's resistance set to that of a fighter pilot, but just then he was struggling. You could hear the pilot breathing there. Let's go up again. Glide mode. Oh, we're all out of fuel. Never mind. Get up there this way. Looks like my landing gears finally decided to stay where I put it. Yeah, a bit more forward momentum. Starting to go backwards then. In fact, we are struggling to gain any more altitude now. So, dive mode. Pick up some speed. Flight mode. Pull back. And we hit the ground. Okay. Left it a bit too late that time. But yeah, that's the ornithopter. Fun little thing. now, before we log out, because what is it, 12 o'clock now. Wasn't actually planning on going for this long. I want that one. So, those two, right. That's reverse thrust. That's brakes. Don't need that. Afterburner. Eleven and 13. Okay. Try and remember as much of that as I can. Let's go Grand Canyon again. Set departure. And there you go, you can set all your weather and that sort of stuff here. You can do a bunch of presets. So clear skies, few clouds, scattered clouds, broken, overcast, rain, snow, storm. Or you can even set up something custom wise. So if we turn off the live weather here, you can actually set up the different weather at different levels and all that sort of thing. It's pretty good. Like this is all pretty standard to some degree. This is what has always been in Flight Sim. I've currently got it set to group only, so if there was someone in my Microsoft group, so there's my mate Andrew, he's the only other person I ever see online, they'll appear, but if I go all players, it'll load in everybody that's running in all player mode, and live players, not sure what the difference is there between those two, to be honest. But then you got live traffic and AI traffic, so you can have just AI traffic flying around, or live traffic as I prefer, where you got actual aircraft from the world flying around and such. So yeah, it just makes it a little bit more interesting way of doing things. Anyway, we're gonna switch over now, jets, to an F-18 Hornet with Maverick livery. And all the fuel. Of course, I'm not going with any less fuel. And we'll start off on the runway because I don't feel like going through flight procedures and all that sort of shit. Let's try that again. There we go. Right. Yeah, curious as to how many people will be flying around there, actually. It's a good point. In fact, if you did live traffic and you flew around a lot of tourist spots, you'd probably find there'd be some tour flights flying around. Oh, I've got that set to ornithopter. I need to change this. Okay, I was wondering if I had one for the F-18 specifically. Right. Go back.
Canyon Tower Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 at runway 21 ready for departure, departing straight out.
Give it a moment to catch up. No, not cars. Yeah, we're talking live flight traffic. So basically, what we're seeing on there, that's the flight radar 24. Seems to take a while to load in when I'm loading into anywhere in America, I feel like. Actually, something which I should do for a stream, I should start doing some Assetto Corsa if I can get the VR headset to work, because I can go run around the Nürburgring and do stuff like that. There won't be other cars there, but it's something interesting to do. Alright, look left, look right. Yep. Okay. Spoilers are functioning. Alright. Brakes on. Full throttle. Afterburner. Release brakes. Why am I not getting enough speed for lift? I have no idea what's going on. We're gonna crash. We're in the water. There we go. I don't know what the hell was going on there. Go to restart. Something was resisting me.
Canyon Tower
That shouldn't be up.
Hotel Tango 42 ready at runway 21, departing straight out.
We broke something.
Delta Tree 18 heavy traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Skywest 6274 heavy traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 380 Boeing B748. Report them in sight. Delta Tree 18 heavy traffic in sight. Skywest 6274 heavy has the Boeing B748 in sight.
Okay, that's going better this time. I don't know what the hell was happening last time. Take the afterburner off.
Hopters Hotel Tango 42 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Canyon Tower Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 frequency change. Los Angeles Center Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42 is type going 2 miles southwest of Canyon 9,100 feet. Request flight following.
Hopters Hotel Tango 42 Los Angeles Center. Squawk 5766. Delta Tree 18 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 340 Boeing B748. Report them in sight.
Squawk 5766 Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42.
Gonna see if we can get a nice break in the sound barrier here. We're at Mach 0.4 at the moment. But I want to get some altitude, reduce the amount of air in front of us, and then we're going to push the engines.
Roger Hop Tours Hotel Tango 42.
We're at 16,000. Should be alright to do it here. Level it out. No. So one thing they don't have in Microsoft Flight Simulator is offensive weaponry of any form. In fact, if you notice, whenever we crash, the thing just goes to black screen. It doesn't tear apart the aircraft or anything fun. They used to do that in Flight Sim 98, though. I think they had crash physics, or might have been Flight Sim 95. Thank you, and welcome. First time to the chat. Thanks, Goose Baby. Welcome to the stream. We need mods. We do, but there's no mods, unfortunately, that do any crash physics or anything like that. At the end of the day, it's a flight simulator. It's not a fighter combat flight simulator or anything like that. All right, let's see if we can break some sound barriers here. Nose down. I'm very much doubt it. Unfortunately, like I said, I think it was Flight Sim 98 or Flight Sim 95 where they had the crash physics, where the plane would actually, come apart and stuff. And they got rid of it early, so they got rid of it before, Azobi got involved and such. So unfortunately, there's not going to be any sort of crash physics like that at all, I feel. Which, I get it. Again, it's meant to be a flight simulation. It's almost a training tool. You can, in fact, use this to train to some degree. Imagine air-to-air fights between friends. Yeah, you get a lot of that. But again, if you want to do stuff like that, that's where we have other games like DCS and that sort of stuff. The only downside is those games are really expensive. Anyway, we are coming up to Mach 1 in a moment. We are 0.99. There we go. We broke the sound barrier. If I let go of this, you can hear that sonic boom as we cross the threshold. And exactly, yeah, that's exactly what DCS is for. We're now at Mach 1.1. Oh, DCS is very realistic, yeah. Yeah, they're too realistic. Yeah, in DCS, you really have to know the aircraft very well. Not that I do have DCS, I've downloaded it. It's available for anyone for free for download on Steam, but you have to pay money for extra aircraft and all that sort of thing. But it does come with a couple of aircraft, and I've had a little bit of a go at it. It is very difficult. Like I said, you really have to know the aircraft very well. Deploy spoilers. One of the coolest things ever, though, with Flight Sim X, when me and my missus went on our honeymoon cruise, the ship that we went on had a flight simulator on board. And it was a full gimbal thing where it was like a pod on the end of an arm, and they used Flight Sim X with a little projector inside, just projecting the view up onto the screen in front of you. But they had this gimbal that would basically lift up, it could rotate around, all that sort of stuff. And first thing I did, I got in that thing and I said, give me an FA-18 Hornet and just stick me anywhere, I don't care where, I'm going to do some aerobatics. And yeah, I was thrashing that thing all over the place. I came out, the guy was like, I haven't seen anybody fly it like that at all. And I'm like, it's just what I do. And like, they saw at one point, they saw the whole pod spinning around one way and then stop and then start spinning back the other way because, yeah, I was basically doing this. And then I went like this. And the reason why I went back the other way is because I felt a little bit dizzy and I had to counter myself. Yeah, I love doing this sort of stuff in VR. In fact, a really good game also for VR, if you like games like Ace Combat 7 and such, there's a game called Project Wingman, which is really good. It's essentially based on the exact same engine as the Ace Combat games. Except it is also multiplayer and VR capable all the way. Oh yeah, VR is very fun, but it is something, you've got to be able to develop a tolerance for it. I used to get motion sick with VR when I did it first on the PlayStation, but the PSVR is not a great system. And for good VR, you really need a good VR. VTOL VR, yep, I've heard some good stuff about that. I have that in my wish list. One day I intend to get it. And yeah, have some fun in that. Alright, we're going to be getting a bit tight up ahead. I think I might have to pull out of the canyon soon. No, I can still do it. It's all good. I've done a lot of Ace Combat and Project Wingman in VR doing this sort of thing. I've probably had too much practice with this sort of stuff. And also in Flight Sim. Boxing VR, that would be interesting.
American 1501 heavy traffic is 4 o'clock 4 miles at flight
I do have a pair of controllers that I could do that with.
Report them in sight.
Also, for me, being a big nerd, a great VR game was Star Trek Bridge Crew. I had that on the PlayStation, and I used to have a group that I played that with, and we all had our positions. I always went engineering. One of our guys who's always the captain, and we always had another person on the helm. Although sometimes I did the helm, but most of the time I did engineering. Best workout is boxing. Yeah, it's probably something I should probably set up for the wife. She'd be into that. Now we're really getting tight in this canyon. This is actually one of my favourite kinds of flying, is where you follow a landmark. Oh, popping out of the cannon. We're going above the radar! They're gonna pick us up and fire the SAMs! Ah! I have no idea where I am right now, I just know I'm somewhere in the Grand Canyon. I have no idea where in the Grand Canyon I'm in, but I'm just in the Grand Canyon. Going to the gym. Yeah, well, we've got a gym at home anyway. You know, we don't even bother with going to gyms and stuff if we want to have a workout. We've got a treadmill and a rowing machine. It's in the next room over there. Air brakes. God damn, I'm doing good. If I don't say so for myself. We don't have the afterburner active at the moment, which we don't want because that's too much thrust. But if I get it long enough straight, I might just. Oh yeah, if you get a good PT and such. But the other thing is too, you can get a PT to come to your home as well. Personally, I'm not one for going somewhere public, effectively, is what it is. I don't know, I just don't like working out in public. I always prefer to do it at home. But to each their own, you know, some people, they prefer to go to a gym and use gym equipment. But yeah, no, I prefer to do it all at home. Whenever I do. Not that I do it too often. Alright, that's too tight. Pull them up. Roll it over. No, we're losing control. We're losing control. It's all good. Alright, afterburners. I need some speed. I got the need for speed. Yeah, I'm actually with you, Bones. I don't like people. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I do Uber Eats. Well, I do deliveries with Uber Eats and such. While yes, there are people involved, it's not as many people as what I could do with other things. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up here before we hit this mountainside. There we go. Woo! It's night now. It gets you the feel. It gets you into it, doesn't it? Playing this, watching this. So anyway, let's get all the way up here. Hit those afterburners and go up. Up, up. Right up. Where's that 90-degree marker? We're going to space! As Tim Curry says. I almost said Jim Carrey then. We're losing speed. We're losing speed. Okay, drop the nose. Drop the nose. Bring it down before we lose too much speed and control. Roll it. Roll it. Be quicker. There we go. Get the speed back up. We are kind of dropping a bit. We're actually sort of coming down like that. Drop my nose, get the speed up, get some air over the wings. There we go. There we go. Now we got control. We got control. Okay, which way is the airport?
Opters Hotel Tango 42, contact Los Angeles Center on 124.10.
I have no idea where I am now, or where the airport is.
124.2 hop tours, Hotel Tango 42.
Is that the one we took off from?
Goodbye. Los Angeles Center, hop tours, Hotel Tango 42, flight level 195.
Yep, that's it.
Opters Hotel Tango 42, Los Angeles
So it's
Center.
somewhere back there.
Continue.
Yeah, I can just really land anywhere that's long and flat enough. Sort of pulling a bit hard there. Hang on, I need to regain control. Got the altitude to do this at least. There we go. Alright. Gentle.
Opters Hotel Tango 42, contact Los Angeles Center on 124.85. Good day.
I think it was somewhere to the southeast.
124.85 hop tours, Hotel Tango 42. Los Angeles Center, hop tours, Hotel Tango 42, flight level 185.
Okay, we're pretty much heading in the right direction now.
Tango 42, Los Angeles Center, radar contact, continue.
Alright, let's break that sound barrier again, eh? Let's get a HUD up. Where was that? No, it wasn't there. Assistant options. Piloting? No, user experience. Chase cam. Full. So there's our mark rating down the bottom left there.
124.2, Aeromexico.
You hear the sound slowly going away.
Goodbye.
If we sit here, keep pushing it. We've already... There it is. We just passed it. So the sound barrier just went past us. Now if we come back a little bit more. There's the boom. So about there. Now wait here again and we'll hear it go past again. There it goes again. Now if I slow it down, we should hear a boom as we pass through again. There we go. Back up. That's just the coolest thing ever, just listening to that. Love it. I'm gonna pull our nose up a bit here. Disengage the afterburners. Let's go ahead and set the autopilot. Let's find this airfield. Airfield's to our left. Apparently. Oh, there it is. Disengage the autopilot. There's our airfield. Yes, you can. I believe that there is... well, as a mission I know there is, as part of the Maverick missions, there's an aircraft carrier you can land on. Don't know in general. Goose Baby, do you know? Also, it just occurred to me, Goose. As in Maverick, I'm assuming. Which is hilarious because we do have the Maverick skin at the moment, as you may have noticed. Oh, turning a bit hard there. Come on. God, the response to this aircraft sometimes really does get to me. Come on, come on. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Okay, let's put some flaps down. Gear down, throttle back. We're going to make this a real tight landing. Get that glide slope down. Touch a bit of throttle. More throttle. I'm not very good with fighter jets, unfortunately. Well, at least in Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm not very good with them. Alright, let's see if we can bring it down on the keys. Oh, just before the keys. Whoa, 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 why am I rolling? Shit, did I lose a gear then? No, what the hell was that all about? I started rolling. Jeez, the response in turn on this, not very good. Doesn't do very good at turning. Anyway. Park brake on. Trying to see if any of that will shut it down. I don't know how to shut down the engine on this one. Good enough. Alright, anyway, we're going to leave that there. Let's go ahead and find someone to raid. Who's online? Is Nuke online? No, Nuke's not online. Let's have a look here. I'm thinking I might raid this fella. What do you think, Bones? How about a raid to this guy? You reckon he's worth it? Alright, anyway. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all had a good time. Gonna queue up my end screen here. Goose, stick around. Go check out Bones. He's playing Power World at the moment. Cheers.